Hello, crafty friends. Welcome to my craft room. I'm Yvonne with Amjur, On My Mind, Journaling, and More. And I am back in my craft room, just kind of getting settled from our trip to West Virginia for a memorial service. I got to see some family that I haven't seen in a long time. So even though it was a sad time, it was still good to see some of those folks. But I wanted to get back and do another journal with me. I've got some things I want to do in my journal from this trip. And so I'm just going to see where I am and play it by ear on where exactly I'm going to start. I still need to keep in mind some of these prompts. I believe I used a card already, so I need to, on the back, I'm going to jot down these prompts, and that way I know where they are in the book. So stitched, I did on the front cover and inside pocket in the front. So that was stitched. And then use a card. Pretty sure I'm done. I'm going to flip just to see, because I swear I have. Here it is. Use a card, and I think this is actually the last one I recorded, so I still have to do the journaling here, but I made a pocket. So use a card is on February 6th. There. So I still need to do cozy vibes, hand lettering, and paint and splattering. Now, hand lettering is really throughout the book. I'm trying to incorporate that, more of that this year. But I'm not going to mark it off yet because I may end up doing some sort of page. Just have to see where it plays out. Okay, so I have a couple of things here that I want to pop in. This is one of them. And let's see. This kind of goes with the 7th. We did this Boston butt and bake sale. I don't know if I should use this envelope or not because it's sticky. And I haven't found anything to go over it, but it does. I think I did. I already was going to write about the bake sale on the back. So while I'm here, I'm just going to get that down. And I'll have to figure out what to do. Well, I actually know what I can do. I'm just going to put a little piece of tape over it so that the sticky doesn't bother anything. There. Okay, that was simple. And I'll just fold that little bit of tape over. Nope, I better trim it because it's not folding over. All right, so we had a long drive home today in the rain, but still better than all the snow we've had, right? But the long car rides like that, it gets my creative juices flowing. I have a lot of ideas of things I want to do. So, and outside of just this journaling with me, things I want to do in other areas of my life too. So I do, whoops, drop my tape. I tell people I do my best thinking while driving. I wasn't literally driving. My husband drove. So I was able to actually take some notes during our trip home on my phone. let's see what I've got here. This goes in between here. I've been putting the where I do the journal with me's, I've just been kind of putting them in between the pages. And then if I want to jot down, I crease that piece of tape. So I have another one here. I have this as a flip to journal on. And I think the 7th is done. This is the 6th. But I don't see my note from the 6th. Here's the 7th. Yeah, I've got some journaling to do there. So that, I believe that page is done. This will get tipped in. So here is the 8th. Do I have a note on the 8th? The 8th is a Sunday. And it happened to be the Super Bowl. Yes. And so I love watching the Super Bowl for the commercials. So that's one of my stories. And we took my daughter out to lunch. I have these things that I could use. I have a list of commercials, but I actually printed out the Budweiser commercial. Football stickers and game day ready. So we went grocery shopping. I mean, not grocery shopping, dress shopping for a school dance. And I bought myself another sweater. I could just tip that in or write about it there. We found the dress at Kohl's. And I believe the next day is when I want to talk about this popcorn. Is there a note there? And let's see. Where was I going to put the popcorn? Okay, well, I will come across it. I'm going to work on this page on this for the Super Bowl and set this up here. And I'm just going to get to it with what I have and just see if I can come up with a layout of things that I like or things that I've saved. And again, we're not huge Super Bowl fans, but we're not huge football fans. My husband used to watch football religiously, and then something happened and he stopped doing it or watching football for some reason. Now, I have this poem over here that I didn't keep that side of it open. So I'm wondering if I don't need to just cover this up with something. And is this wide enough? Well, there we go. I could do that. Let's see how it would play out then. If I used this as a little like tuck spot, I can just tip that. I have this at the top. Also have to remember I have to save room for the date. I had this at the bottom though, because we took my daughter out to lunch. So I think I like this. I'm just going to go with it. And so then I'll need a journal card. But the first thing I want to do is glue down the football. And these were things that were in my stash. It is some sort of party favor bracelet, like for a kid's party, I guess. But I'm going to use it here. I have a ton of them still. I've already packed them away in my February like keepsake box where I kept all the stuff from last year in, and so I'll pull it. I'll see these again next year, unless I decide to put them in some sort of journaling kit. I still have a couple journaling kits available for the February and January kits I put together on my Etsy shop if you're interested. Okay, that covers up that poem completely. And then I think I was just going to do this. And so where do I want to cut it? Right about here. I guess I should make it straight. Okay. And where's the photo? This, I just printed it on cardstock because it is just talking about the commercials that I watch. So I'm going to glue this down as a belly band. Uh-oh, I guess I got to trim it up. I forgot I wanted to make it a little band. So let me get that side glued since I've already got glue down. And let's see, I will turn this into a pocket. I wonder what to do with this side. Nothing, I'm just going to leave it that way. So this is the front part of the pocket. And the bottom. This is just the silverware packet they used. I like to use stuff like this in my journals. Ephemera from the day. I brought home a whole bag of stuff from this past trip. There's that. And I do need to trim this. Here. Okay. And then just get it glued down. It's going to be like a belly band that I'll keep that commercial picture in. Okay. I think I want it a little bit tight so that it'll hold. That didn't stay down very well on that side. Hold it down. Let's see if I can get the pin in with one hand. There we go. Why is that not holding down? There's tape in the center here because I had to put these together, these two magazine images together. All right, I'm going to leave that sit for a minute. I might as well put this on. And like I said, I buy a lot of journaling supplies and then end up using ephemera from the day. So here's what it is. Game day ready. Yep. Here we go. Just a clip, clipped out of a magazine. I want to write about this. Well, I have plenty of room in this belly band to have two. That's my flip. And hang on, I had a couple other things. Okay, that hasn't happened yet in the journal here. Right, so I guess that's kind of it. Let's find something to put on this tag. And, oh, I need to put the date tile here, a date stamp down at the bottom. Right there, I'll put it. And get the date. This is the 8th, which should be next. It is. The 8th right here. And then I have been jotting down in my own handwriting the day of the week because it doesn't always show up good. But this is Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. Here we go. Might as well tape this down. That's not going to hinder anything, okay? I've lost the tape. Here it is. I have to buy more Scotch tape. There we go. Just to get it started, I'm going to find some washi tape, I believe. But let me use this on the back side to make it a little more sturdy. Okay. Fun. That came together pretty quickly. I can journal on the back of this, on the front of this. All right, let's look at some of the ribbon and things that I have. Now, unpacking February stash, recipe stories. I'm looking at what I've already done as far as, okay, theme journaling kit. So I'm going to use some of what's in the kit. So there's some of this fabric that I used on my binding. There's a patch of that fabric in there. I could use some of this here. I also have, there's some of this, I like that chiffon ribbon that I could use. Whoa, sorry about that. Knocked you terribly. This I used to put together my true junk journaling. January memory keeping. Has that already? Yeah, nope, it hasn't happened yet. Okay, I'm going to save that one. So I can use this, and then I've got several other things that I could use. This green, I only have a little bit more, but it doesn't really match. Keep that. That doesn't go. It's too fancy. Too fancy. So is the chiffon ribbon, but I like it. But I think what I'm settling on is this. And I don't know if this is going to work because it's kind of thin already. I want to see if I can rip a thinner piece off of that. Yes. And it's more like a ribbon that way. Okay. And I'm going to cut it in half. I don't need the whole piece of it. All right. So I'm going to put it from the back. I've got to get it in this hole. This is just the tag off of the new sweater I bought. I actually wore it while we were in West Virginia. It's nice because it was a little chilly on the mountain. My uncle lived in a really remote little town. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But while we were winding down up the mountain and then back down those twisting roads, I actually started to feel a little bit car sick, which is terrible to go to a service like that and feel that way. Okay, there we go. Just a cute little tidbit right there. Let's look at the washi and see if I can get some washi. I have so much washi that I'm trying to use. I'm going to look on this side first. And so I need washi here and here. And well, I guess I probably recorded this day. My it didn't post till later though. Let's see. Love this would work. These are just some sample washies. Lovely Life. But that's kind of reddish. So let me see. Let's look for this side first. I don't really have much red. That could work. Boston Butt Bake Sale. Yep, I'm going to use this for this side. And then, now this side is football. I have no football themed washi. But I have these football stickers. So, let's see. Where's it going? It's going on this side. Doesn't really have to be football themed. Sometimes if there's so many choices, I wonder what this is. It's just some numbers. Primary color ruler. I don't even know where I've got this. Brown measurement. I'm going to use one of these. So let's see. I could use this brown. I like the brown measurement because the footballs are brown. Yeah, so I'm going to use those two washi tapes. Okay. Put these away. All right. I think I bought this when I bought a bunch of stuff for my recipe stories journal. So it kind of looks good right there at the top. It's that one. Let me open this. I think this was a free gift somewhere. It's called Mr. Paper. I don't even know where. All right, so where is the edge? Right here. Oh, you know what? It's a sticker. Interesting. Look at that. So, How am I going to do this? I'm going to cut it first, I guess. I'll have to use the scissors. And there you go. It's not washi, it's a sticker. I like it. Should I use it on the other side too? See how that would look. Oh, I still have to find a card too, a journal card. I think I'm just gonna leave it plain. Okay, so there's that here. That, does it stay down? I think I'm gonna have to glue it down a little with this. I'll use a glue stick just because there's gonna be a lot of wear and tear like this. Let me come to this side and do the same thing. Okay, that should help. Now, some footballs. It's a lot of footballs. Oh, do I want anything of this? Kohl's Cash. Let's see. I always forget to use these. Tuesday, February 17th through Sunday, March 1st. Maybe. All right, I need a journal card for in here. Let me see if I can get something out of this box. And I have this February card that would look cute. That's big. I've made some though, I thought. Let's see. Here's one. Might save that for Valentine's Day. Here's a little booklet that I made. Don't know if I need that much journaling space. Hey, I think I might, well, there's another one that says February. I think I might like the colors together on that one. Yeah. Okay. And footballs. Forgot. That could work. I'm trying to incorporate footballs and the red chilies. That has red in it and pink in it. It says red, but it green. Changed my mind about that one that I made because of the colors. All right, I can write on the back of that. So I'm going to use that one. I also have a bunch of paper I could use too. This is all the glitter paper. No, there's more. Yeah, that's a lot of glitter paper. And well, that's red. Nope. And then I think the other paper pack is vellum. Yes. Lots of vellum. And I have this. Oh, and I still have to incorporate this glitter cardstock. That's in the kit too. Let's see. Well, I think I'm just going to use that card. And then footballs. Let's see. I'll put one right here for Super Bowl Sunday. And I think that's all I'm going to use there. Now, I think I also want to use some of this as a little pull on this card. So I'm going to just cut a piece. I like that it's torn on the edges now. And I'm going to staple it. Right there. Okay, I like that. Lots and lots of journaling spots there. Okay, lots of journaling. Okay, so that's the 8th. Can I do one more page? This is the 9th. And then the 10th. So the 9th is a Monday, and then so that's the Tuesday. Yep. All right. Work from home today. Let me make sure I remember to use the date. Now this is a magazine. I sort of like the surrounding like that. I guess that says Mediterranean, a feel-good meal inspired by, that wasn't a Mediterranean meal, but I could use some paper on that square to offset. And for cozy vibes, I don't know if this is going to work. I found this in one of the books, and it just says the cozy kitchen. I did cook this. I finished putting together the therapeutic journal. My husband brought me a Dunkin' Donuts gift card for our trip, which I didn't get to use it on this trip. But I thought, oh, here it is. This is what he put it in from his work. Do I want to use that? It's got a lighthouse on it. I don't know. And so work from home day. Now, if I'm going to use this, I'm just going to play around as if I am. I'm going to tear this. Now I want where it says the cozy kitchen. So I am going to tear, not sure what just dropped. That little edge off of here. Right here. Just tear it because I'm going to fit it in like this. Nothing really on that. So I'm going to toss that. Pick up my ruler. And I'm going to tear this little edge off. And I have a couple projects this year. Oh, this year that I want to do in my kitchen. I got a little too happy there. Tearing. Let me see if I can just slow it down. I'm going to have to trim it. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Now, so I could journal about the projects I want to do in my kitchen. And I want to keep the blue all around this. So, where does the blue end? Right there. So I'm going to tear that right down here. That should just fit. Yay, it does. And then, where is the bottom square? It's right. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just measuring the big blue square right here and tearing this cozy kitchen ad to fit that space. I want the larger piece to tear. Okay. Hang tight. I'm trying to make it. A lot of junk journaling is giving up perfection, but I do like straight lines where possible. All right, so now I might keep those for some collage. All right, so I have the cozy kitchen that I could journal about. And okay, so really, let me just peek at my note. I did just do Blue Apron recipe this day. And do I want to have a tiny little journaling spot here? Maybe I could use this as a little tuck. Let's see. I think something tells me I want to just cut out that lighthouse with a round punch and use it somewhere else. So I'm going to do that. So I need a little pocket. And I'm going to go into here and see what I can find to match the blue and the red. Let's see if I can get you in the frame while I'm flipping through this. Light blue and red. And I'm just wanting a pocket. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Some of this is still from February. This could be the journaling card. It's a big card, but I could put the photos, the inspiration photos of the two projects I want to work on in my kitchen. I have some of this stuff. Let's see. Catty corner that. This is just from some junk mail. That would be a very tight pocket. Is this the paper that's on the cover? Yes. Let's see. Does that look all right? I might do that. But I'm determined to use some of these too. I could have this February. Would work. Also have this. And I also have this. It's just a piece of embossed paper. How would that look? It's kind of no contrast against this. All right, I like those two options. And do I have anything else I could use? Blue. Whoops, knocked you again. Let me just take these off. If I have this folder, I don't really need those. This is some paper. This is the offcut of, oh, I really like that. Not for this, but for something else to use in a, all right, I have an idea. Maybe I don't need anything at all. I could probably just glue this whole thing down, and because it's already a flip. I could make this into a little pocket. Put that there. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do that. All right, let me glue this down. I think I'm just going to use this and glue, put the glue right on this page. Right there. I'm covering up the whole blue square, right? Okay. I just need to line this up. Like so. What did I do? Oh, it's got to come over this way some. Okay. Cozy kitchen. Then, well, that really covers up the whole kitchen though. Do I have anything in here that I could use? It's just plain white. It's got hearts embossed on it. I have more of this. I have this one. I've got several options here that I'm tossing around. Apologize, I'm thinking as I go, unfortunately. I like that. I wish if you could tell me what you thought. That would be very helpful. Let's see. I may use this, the Cozy Kitchen, and then just glue it down and put some journal paper here, writing paper, right there. That's what I'm going to do. Now the question is, do I want to use this dictionary page? No, I want to be able to journal quite a lot about the plans I have in the kitchen. Could use some of these. Pink. I don't have two of the same color, but I have two pink. Doesn't really do it for me. Just gonna get some paper. Oh wow, I knocked this really badly, didn't I? I'm gonna put you on pause because I can't reach the paper I have in mind. Be right back. I am back. And so I know I'm gonna glue this down, but I want paper here and here to journal. So I could use, I grabbed a couple things. This is some ledger paper that I could put on there, which it's kind of the same tone, color tone as that red. Could use that. So I could use this side here and then this side here. That could work. And then, excuse me, if I put this here, oh, I can't really because I have a fold over. Okay. I've grabbed this lined paper. I don't think this is from Happy Planner. I don't think that's enough. Or I grabbed this big paper pad that I typically use as a backdrop for if I'm gluing, stamping big things. I'm going to try to use this. Okay, so I'm going to rip it along this line here. And here to get started. I'm not going to use this or that. And let's see. I could leave the blue edge around there. That way you don't see the nautical items. So I could tear it right along this edge, this line. This is actually graph paper, so it's easy to line it up. So I have that. I glue that down. I could even, aha. That's something I would save for collage too. Okay, I'm gonna glue this down. Where's my glue stick? Right in front of my face. Get this glued down. Like this. I hope I have that lined up right. Yep, sort of. It's okay. Now I'm going to fold where it was already folded. And then I want to make a, oh, hold on. I've got to find it. It was in, here we go. It was in the kit. Here we go. I am going to put this button right here as a tie. Let's see. So I need a hole here. No, I'm just going to tuck it like that. All right, so that's going on. And this is getting glued down. Do I need a pocket? So this will open up to the journaling. And that could be a pocket. I'm going to make it a pocket. I don't have to use it as a pocket, but I don't want to miss the opportunity. Okay. I want this as far over this way as I can because I want to see a lot of the kitchen. Okay. Now, this button. What I want to do is get something to raise this up. I need to cut a circle smaller than that. Don't know that I have one smaller. Let's try this. And heavier cardstock. Let's just try this. Ooh, that's heavy duty cardstock. Just want to raise it up some. Okay. And then I'm going to just put some mock lettering there and put I call them rivets. What time is it? So this is what it's going to look like. There'll be the button here. I'll have eyelet is what it actually is, an eyelet on this side with some ribbon, any kind of ribbon. Could even use this. Yep. This ribbon will then, oh, I might need thinner ribbon, will then wind around here to tie it closed. And then you can open it and have all the journaling space. Yeah. Might need 2 of these to make it more raised. Yep. I'm gonna get one more. Glue these together. Where's my glue? Oh, Lordy, it's over here. I'm gonna glue these together. Like that. And then I'll sew this on, and the cording will go around there. Still need something to go in between. Smaller one, a smaller one of these. But I don't think I have a smaller punch. I have this. I might be able to use this, or I can just cut it smaller. This is probably too small. Just to raise it up enough to get the, might work. Just to have enough to put the, wind the string around there. I'll use this 2 pieces. There we go. So that'll go down there. This will go on top. And that should give me enough of a space behind it. It does. Yay. Enough of a space behind to get the cording behind it. All right. I will have to show you this off camera because I'm looking at the time. I want to decorate this up a little. And plus I have the old-fashioned rivets that I have to use a hammer for. I can't do that on camera. It would kill your ears. All right, so I have that. This is a pocket. And that is too wide. I just want to get something in there to hold the space. Okay, so there's a pocket there. Oh, shoot, I need the date stamp right down here. Okay. I'll put it right there because I want to go to find some washi to cover up this wording right here and maybe up at the top where there's some lettering there. All right, let me not lose these pieces. Okay, back to the washi. Let's see. That blue could be cute, but I probably only have one. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, you couldn't see it. This blue. Yep, I only have one. And the other one's purple. I could do green. No, I don't think this is the wrong shade. So let's see. How about blue? That could work. And I really don't see anything else that would match this blue, and I don't really have red. So I'm going to go with that blue just to cover up those words. So this is the creative process for me. It kind of evolves as I go. And I just kind of run with it, with whatever comes to mind. So we've got washi at the top right there. And I am going to put a little at the bottom, right here, just to cover up those words from the magazine. Yeah, I like that blue. It works. It works. Okay. Now, the date. So this is the 9th. That should be, honestly, the next one. It is February 9th. And I'll write that it is a Monday. Okay. Ooh, I don't like my handwriting. And then I have all this space to journal about the kitchen, the cozy kitchen. I do want to find a different journal card because this embossing, I think, is impeding the pocket. It's just taking up too much space in the pocket. Okay. I'm looking off to my right to see if I can find anything else. And the answer is, I don't think so right now. Oh, wait a minute. I have some plain cardstock or some of this. Let's see, whoops, see how that fits a little bit better? Okay, I'm gonna use that one. Oh, and I forgot about this. So I'm gonna put that right down at the bottom. I'll just journal around it. I'm trying to keep track of all these special meals that I'm making, although I think I'm going to give up this blue apron. Don't think it's as healthy as I thought it would be. Could have too much sodium. Okay. So that's it for today. Just 2 pages done. I'll finish this off camera and make some sort of tag for this. Like that. Why not? I'm just going to do it. There. That just gives it something to offset it. All right. I hope you enjoyed today. Felt a little fumbly, but that's okay. But I got 2, I think I have to glue this down too. 2 pages done. I'll glue that in a minute. And a little bit creative. So I finished this up. I have to do the journaling. I've got that. And then Super Bowl Sunday. So yeah, loving it. All right. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.